A first alert, the Green Bay Parks Committee is considering raising the prices at Bay Beach Amusement Park. According to the new proposed ticket structure, tickets will stay at 25 cents each, but the number of tickets for some rides would go up. Rides that require 3 tickets now would require 4 under this new plan. The big slide would go from 1 ticket to 2, and the Zip and Pippin roller coaster would require 6 tickets instead of 4. The proposal also shows all 1-ticket rides would be free on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. The Green Bay Parks Committee will consider the proposal tomorrow night. Bay Beach Amusement Park opens for the season this Saturday.